We will begin by opening the flute case. The case should always be laid flat on the ground. Many times students will open the flute case on their lap and accidentally drop the case and the flute onto the floor. When opening the flute case, be sure to make sure the case is right side up. You will know that the case is right side up by lifting the latches. If you find when opening the case that you push the latch down, the case is upside down and the flute may spill out all over the floor. Inside the flute case, you will find three parts that make up the flute. The first piece is the head joint. The next piece is the middle joint or body of the flute. And the last piece is the foot joint. To assemble the flute, we begin with the head joint and the middle joint. On the middle joint, find the two bumps at its top. Place the bottom of the head joint into the top of the middle joint. When putting these two pieces together, gently twist back and forth. Next, we will attach the foot joint to the bottom of the middle joint. Place them together and gently twist back and forth. It is very important to make sure the three parts of the flute are properly aligned. Begin with the foot joint. Line up the rod of the foot joint with the tone holes on the middle joint. To align the head joint and middle joints, line up the embouchure hole with the tone holes on the middle joint. We will now begin placing the right hand onto the flute. I recommend laying your flute on your left knee to do this exercise. However, I will hold up my flute so that you have a better point of view. Begin by placing your right pinky on the pinky key of the foot joint. Your next three fingers, your ring finger, middle finger, and pointer finger, will go on the next three tone holes above the pinky key. Lastly, your thumb should be placed underneath the flute in between your pointer and second finger. Next, we will place our left hand on the flute. Begin by resting your flute on your left knee. Again, I will pick up my flute to give you a better point of view. We begin by placing our left pinky on the pinky key for the left hand, followed by the ring finger on the tone hole for the left hand, and the middle finger on the next tone hole for the left hand. To place the pointer finger or index finger, we must skip a key to the second key above the middle finger. Once again, there will be an empty key in between the pointer finger and middle fingers. Lastly, we place the thumb on this long key right here. The thumb will look like this. It should not be touching this key up here, only the bottom key. As a beginner flautist, you should put the instrument together and practice holding the flute for 1 to 2 minutes each day. I recommend trying to put the fingers onto the flute with your eyes closed. Use your sense of touch to discover where your fingers should be. This concludes our flute lesson on assembling and holding the flute.